Welcome to our video on the topic of 5G technology. 5G, which stands for fifth generation, is the next evolution in mobile networks that promises faster internet speeds, lower latency, and more reliable connectivity for mobile devices. This technology has the potential to change the way we use our smartphones and other mobile devices, and it will also open up new possibilities for things like streaming high-resolution videos, online gaming and virtual reality. In this video, we will be discussing the benefits of 5G, how it will impact the future of the internet and technology, and how it will specifically enhance the experience of streaming videos on platforms like YouTube. So sit back, relax, and get ready to learn about the exciting future of 5G technology. The topic of 5G technology is a broad one that covers many different aspects of the next generation of mobile networks. Some of the key points that could be covered in a video or article about 5G include the benefits of 5G, faster internet speeds, lower latency, and more reliable connectivity. How 5G will change the way we use our mobile devices and the internet. The impact of 5G on industries such as gaming, virtual reality, and the Internet of Things. The role of 5G in enabling new technologies and applications, such as autonomous vehicles and smart cities. The differences between 5G and previous generations of mobile networks. The current state of 5G rollout and availability, as well as future plans for expansion. The potential security risks and challenges associated with 5G. Overall, 5G technology is a game changer for the future of internet and technology, as it will bring more possibilities for content creation, distribution and consumption. There are several key advantages of 5G technology. Faster internet speeds. 5G networks are expected to offer download speeds that are 10 to 100 times faster than 4G networks, making it possible to stream high-resolution videos, download large files, and run high-bandwidth applications with minimal lag. Lower latency. 5G networks will have much lower latency than 4G networks, meaning that the time it takes for data to travel between devices will be much shorter. This will enable real-time interactions, such as live streaming and video conferencing, and also be beneficial for industries that rely on quick response times, such as autonomous vehicles and remote surgery. More reliable connectivity. 5G networks will have a more stable and reliable connection, even in areas with high device density and high traffic. This means that users will experience fewer dropped connections and less network congestion. Increased capacity. 5G networks will be able to support many more devices than 4G networks. This will be particularly useful for the Internet of Things, IoT, which is expected to include billions of connected devices. Cost efficient. 5G networks are more cost efficient than 4G networks, which will enable more widespread adoption and access to the technology, especially in rural and underdeveloped areas. Advanced applications. 5G technology will enable the development of advanced applications such as virtual reality, augmented reality, and holographic communications, which require high bandwidth and low latency connections. These advantages of 5G will bring many benefits for both consumers and industries, as it will make it possible to do things that were not possible before, and will open up new possibilities for future technologies. While 5G technology has many potential advantages, there are also some potential disadvantages to consider. Some of the key disadvantages of 5G technology include high costs. The deployment of 5G networks is expected to be expensive, as it will require the installation of new infrastructure such as base stations and antennas. This could make it more difficult for some providers to offer 5G services, and it could also result in higher costs for consumers. Limited coverage. At the start of the rollout, 5G coverage will be limited to certain areas, which means that not all users will be able to access the faster speeds and lower latency that 5G promises. This will create a digital divide between areas with 5G coverage and areas without it. Security risks. 5G networks will be more complex than previous generations of mobile networks, which could make them more vulnerable to cyber attacks. Additionally, 5G networks will rely on more software, which could also increase the risk of vulnerabilities and malware infections. Interference with other devices. 5G networks use a higher frequency of radio waves than previous generations of mobile networks. This could lead to interference with other devices that operate on the same frequency, such as weather radar and satellite communications. Health concerns. 5G networks will use higher frequency radio waves than previous generations of mobile networks. There are concerns that these waves could have negative effects on human health, although research on this topic is still ongoing and inconclusive. Security risks. 5G networks will be more complex than previous generations of mobile networks, which could make them more vulnerable to cyber attacks. Additionally, 5G networks will rely on more software, which could also increase the risk of vulnerabilities and malware infections. Interference with other devices. 5G networks use a higher frequency of radio waves than previous generations of mobile networks. This could lead to interference with other devices that operate on the same frequency, such as weather radar and satellite communications. Health concerns. 5G networks will use higher frequency radio waves than previous generations of mobile networks. There are concerns that these waves could have negative effects on human health, although research on this topic is still ongoing and inconclusive. In general, 5G service is expected to be more expensive than 4G service. One of the main reasons for this is that the deployment of 5G networks requires a significant investment in new infrastructure, such as base stations and antennas. This means that providers will need to recoup these costs through higher prices for 5G service. Additionally, 5G networks are expected to have higher operating costs than 4G networks due to their increased complexity and the need for more advanced hardware and software. In conclusion, 5G technology is the next generation of mobile networks that promises faster internet speeds, lower latency, and more reliable connectivity for mobile devices. While 5G has many potential advantages, it also has some potential disadvantages that should be considered. The deployment of 5G networks is expected to be expensive, and this may result in higher prices for 5G service. However, as the technology becomes more widely adopted and competition increases, prices are expected to decrease over time. It is important to note that 5G technology will bring many benefits for both consumers and industries, as it will make it possible to do things that were not possible before, and will open up new possibilities for future technologies. It will enable new applications such as virtual reality, augmented reality and holographic communications. The 5G technology will play a vital role in the development of smart cities, autonomous vehicles, and the Internet of Things. It's worth considering if your specific needs can benefit from 5G, and if it's worth investing in a 5G plan or device. Thank you for watching this video on the topic of 5G technology. We hope that you found it informative and helpful. If you have any more questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below.